So I don't know if people have actually been following. Well, I'm pretty sure you have, because you can see it at the gas pump and everything. The whole fuel situation, the whole rising cost of everything. I hate that I'm paying a little too much attention to it, because it can kind of stress you out. But what baffles me is the situation that we're in right now. For example, Russia isn't sending out oil to a lot of the people, especially our allies. OPEC is cutting 2 million barrels per day, which is what caused the sudden shift and rise of the price of fuel. And yet, what is the U.S. government doing about it? Nothing. Pushing a weird agenda of renewable energy and all this other stuff. And look, man, before people start jumping on me like, oh, renewables this, and you're against it because you work the oil field, blah, blah, blah. I'm not against renewables. What's funny is that even a lot of people don't understand this, that the oil field actually uses renewables. You know, it's called efficiency, it's cost, it's called driving down expenses. So why wouldn't anyone take a part of it, right? But the deal is, it's not reliable to the aspect that you think it is. It's not going to be this fucking grand savior that they want you to believe it is, because it's not. Okay? Take, for example, solar panels. What do you think happens to them when they get damaged? If you're so for the environment, what do you think happens to those panels? They don't get recycled. That's number one. Number two, which is I think even way worse than the solar panels, is the wind. A lot of those turbines you got to do your research on. A lot of those turbines only have like a 5 to maybe 10 year life. What do you think happens to those blades? Going into landfills, because all those blades are made from plastic injection molding. That's not recyclable. Anyways, I'm not saying that, the oil and natural gas is the answer. No. Really, the one true answer that we should be following for, and this is when I could actually start taking those people seriously, that's when I could actually see that the country's giving a flying fuck about driving down the cost of energy, is when you start seeing more nuclear reactors going up. That's really the only infrastructure the only source of energy that we'll have that will actually be able to sustain and be able to keep up with this whole EV fucking bullshit blow up. Because it's all it is. You think that EVs are going to solve the fucking problem? They're not. They're actually going to cost a bigger problem if the U.S. doesn't actually start, doing the right infrastructure modifications. But they're not fucking doing that, are they? No. I don't know what the fuck it is that they're doing. If they fucking think that the solar and wind is gonna be enough to cover those discrepancies, you got something else coming. Just do a little bit of the research. But okay, my biggest gripe right now with everything that's going on is this is the time that the U.S. could actually be stepping up. They could be delivering fuel. They could be delivering natural gas and oil and supplies to all these people who are hurting from what's going on in the Ukraine issue. That would help drive down inflation, because we'd be upping the supply to the world. The supply that's not there because of OPEC, number one, being assholes. Number two, Russia being assholes. Number three, that would kill our dependence on them, which is exactly what we fucking need to drive down costs, is our dependence on outside sources. I don't understand that. I understand some of the economics of it being cheaper. If a lot of the stuff was manufactured here, it'd be way more expensive, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Not everything, I understand that to an extent. But at the same fucking time, we have the capabilities of driving down a lot of the shit that's going on right now. And it's not happening. We aren't doing it. That's the part that I hate. That's the part that pisses me the fuck off. And I'm out here seeing it day by day. I'm out in the trenches seeing it. And I'm like, why isn't... We should... The oil field right now should be crazy busy. Crazier busy. Especially with the prices that are right now. Not just for the profits, but also to bring things into equilibrium. And Jesus Christ, does the U.S. have the capabilities of doing that? Why do you think OPEC in the past was fucking with the prices with trying to flood the market to try to destroy the American fracking machine? Because they know the capabilities that we have. We have an insane amount of capabilities. We could be the world's leading supplier of oil, which would do great things for our economy, which would do great things for the inflation right now, which would open up, guess what, guys? It would open up more venues to actually do really good R&D and renewables. People think that the big oil is they're all just about oil. They're actually not. They're actually venturing a lot into natural gas. There's ExxonMobil is actually looking a lot into hydrogen. They're backing this company out of Venezuela that's looking into hydrogen to bring that into the oil field instead of just using diesel and fuel and gasoline and all that. Like, think about it. Will oil be completely phased out? I don't see when, considering all the amount of things that we have, that we use, that, pretty much rely on crude oil to happen. The shirt, the hat, the shoes that you wear, the tires in your cars, all the plastics, all the wiring, like, you name it. That's a lot of shit, guys. So, I laugh at this whole situation because it can be helped, but none of the steps in the right direction are being taken. So who's paying for the price? Working class Americans, people like you, people like me, people who only make a certain amount. If you're not a multi-millionaire, you're getting fucking ass raped because you're feeling it the most. If you're poor, you're just getting driven down further into the poverty level. It makes things very hard. We have the capability of making a change. This is the time for us to step. This is the time for the country to step up. This is the time that the politicians to step up. And I'm not going to turn this into a fuck Joe Biden, this, and that. Like, that whole cabinet to me is a joke, but it's whatever. It's old news. It's low-hanging fruit. This is the time that they should step up. This is the time that they should earn the respect of all the hardworking Americans that are out there. Left, right, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I really don't. It's called logic. It's called use that to your advantage in a way, because it opens up more venues. Okay? Competition is a good thing, people. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's what drives people. If everything was an equal playing field, no matter how hard another person worked, no matter how hard you worked, where's the incentive? There's none. But anyways, I rambled on enough, but seriously, like, this is ridiculous. The U.S. has more of the capability of driving those prices down. It just doesn't seem like they're interested in doing it. And not a lot of us are doing much to make a big spill or gaffe or whatever the fuck you want to call it to actually entice our government to actually start helping us. But whatever, I guess, right?